Hello! Thank you for tuning into this week's reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them, of course. That being said, for the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti. And the text is by Barbara Moore. If you need to freeze frame to see the spelling, I understand, definitely. I knew the website a minute ago, and then my brain said, forget that information. I want to say it's llewellyn.com. Here, I'll just show it to you. It's there at the bottom, I just can't read it at the moment. So hopefully it's focusing on camera. If we get a little closer, it gives you some social media links too, so feel free to check that out. I want to say it's Llewellyn, I could be wrong. Oracle cards, spellcasting oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. That's how you spell their names. Website on the back that I always notice is shewhoisart.com. Feel free to check that out if you would like to. I think there's a couple other ones on there too, so I'll move it up so you can see anything you want to see. And I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool. And then I have a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice to choose the element to match up with the minor arcana. They're from here, the math, I think it's mathartfun.com. Hopefully you can see that website if you want to. I think it's mathartfun.com. Alright. That being said, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? Not really sure. Somebody else has plans. I usually think of Capricorn as having the plans. Okay, so somebody else has plans. I don't know if this has to work out this way. See, this is an interesting thing where it's kind of like, do I even want to stick with this? Or should I just let it go? You got the healing card here. Healing is possible. And I feel like they're putting this to the side in the sense of like, you could have healing here, but this might not be the easiest place to find it. Something's going on with this situation. There has been a better connection in the past. There has. For whatever reason, there has been a better connection in the past, but maybe not everybody was happy. So I get the Empress in the past. I feel like in the past, the connection worked easier for you. It made better sense. It just was more cohesive. It went the way it was supposed to. So I feel like for you, at least, it feels like the past was better because it made sense. It went where things went where they were supposed to go. Other people might not have been happy with that, though. And at the time, they went along with it because, for whatever reason, they felt that's how they needed to do it. This seems to be setting the stage, because I feel like in the past, somebody has gone along with how you wanted things done. I feel like that's kind of been that way. But currently, the energy is different. There's more fire in the energy now. And I feel like I'm trying to understand what somebody else is doing. Things are definitely different. And it seems like I don't really care for the way things are going right now, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. People are doing things, and I'm just like, you know, I don't know what's going on. I guess they'll find out. I feel like I'm looking at this like, they'll find out. There's better ways to do this. They'll find out. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just stepping back a little bit. Is that right? Am I getting that right? I don't know. I don't feel like you're stepping back. I don't think that's right, but there's somebody stepping back. Or are they stepping away from you a little bit? Maybe they're not telling you certain things. It feels more like it. They're not telling you certain things. That's the step away part is what I think. I don't think it's you stepping back. Communication isn't the most reliable from the other side. And when I say not the most reliable is like I think they're leaving things out. You're trying to figure out what's going on here. You know there's pieces missing. but you got a lot going on, and you're just like, I can't chase you for every little piece. Sooner or later, you'll let me know what's going on, and we'll deal with it when you want to deal with it. I feel like I'm not willing to chase somebody over this situation. I'm just kind of like, all right, I know you're leaving things out, but I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to put in a crazy amount of effort here until you tell me what's really going on. So I'll just wait it out. And when you need me, you're going to have to tell me all the details, because I'm not doing anything if you don't tell me what's going on here. Somebody else is making a lot of decisions. And it doesn't have to be finances, but when I'm getting this, even though I know it says finances, I'm getting somebody's getting control. They're feeling they're in control of their life. And they're making decisions, or they're leaving information out because this is what they believe. That's what they believe they need to do to have control of their life and what they want to do. And they're moving forward very quickly. They are making some random decisions, but they're making some passionate decisions at the same time. This is what they want. So they feel like they're making the right decision. This energy, what's going on between you and them, is kind of parting. It's kind of parting you. It's kind of putting a wedge between the two of you is what I'm getting. Or you and whatever else is going on here. The energy seems to become more and more distant, and it's becoming more and more distant at this time. So, where is it going is a great question. Whoever you're dealing with, whatever you're dealing with, they know that there's the clock is ticking. I almost said the talk is clicking, but the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. They know that they're coming up to this moment in the road where they have to let you know what's going on. The question is, what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? Because it's coming, and they know it's coming, and they're not looking forward to that. Ten of Swords is like they're dreading it. So, again, I'm going to remind you, there's healing is possible here. I don't think this is going to be the easiest place to have healing, but it is possible here. It is possible. I feel like I know that something isn't right, and I'm feeling left out, and I'm feeling like I'm completely isolated from this situation. The advice here is, like, when I'm feeling completely isolated, for this to be more to your advantage, to reconnect. Clearly it's up to you whether you will or won't do that. But if you want this to go more to your advantage, they're saying at this point that's when to reconnect. Instead of waiting for that to come towards you, go towards it and kind of like, all right, let's figure it out, let's do this, because something isn't right, and I'm not going to sit here and wait my whole life away until you finally get the guts to come talk to me. So they're saying go towards it. It's up to you, clearly. It's up to you whether you're going to do that or not. But even then, when you do go towards it, if you do, or when you do reconnect with it, I think that's what we're saying. When you do reconnect with it, don't be proactive with it, which may seem odd. You're going to get information. I do feel like it's going to inspire you. It might piss you off. I don't know why I was trying to say it nicely. You know how it's going to do. You know how this. I feel like you know how this is going to go. If this reading is hitting, you know how this is going to go. So I don't see the point in sugarcoating it. When this happens, I do feel like it's going to trigger you. I just feel like it's going to. Finding out what's really going on here, finding out the actual decisions that have been made, I do feel like it's going to trigger you. The advice is to not act on it impulsively, which I know, I feel like it's going to trigger you. Like it's going to make you very angry, which Capricorn's interesting. It depends on the Capricorn. Some Capricorns get very quiet. Some people, they do have that temper because it's like you're not just the sun sign, there's more things to you, you know what I mean? There's more levels to you. Not all Capricorns are the same. I feel like we should know that. I feel like most people do know that. All Capricorns are not the same. You have your own flavor of Capricorn, you know what I mean? The advice here is kind of like, instead of letting it get to you as much as you can do, they're saying step back and realize getting upset about it doesn't bring you anywhere closer. Granted, you need to process this information, you need to work through it, but stepping back and venting it out and sorting it out on your own terms privately puts you more at the advantage, because that means you can sort it out, feel it out, decide what you want to do with it, and then return to it when you're ready and appropriately handle it as you want to. If you're angry, it might be more reactive. You might end up with outcomes you didn't really want. So the advice here is to step back, realize that like just having a reaction is not going to get you anywhere that's going to help you. So doing that could go to your advantage. Now this next thing is making me wonder where we're going. Because I get, again, there could be healing here, and I keep getting that. There could be healing here. Stepping back seems to be very important with that. Because I feel like you're going to be angry. If you're able to step back, it stays more in your control. Because like you know how you feel. You process how you feel. Other people don't know. It puts you more at the advantage. Two of Cups coming in, and the Strength card, half in, half out. So some strength here, not totally in your control. After the fact, after you find out the information, especially if you're able to step back and sort it out on your terms and go through it on your terms privately, I do get that Two of Pentacles comes in, which is a good card for Capricorn. You get to make a calculated decision from this point forward. I feel like there is some optimism. I have to give somebody else some control. It's just how it works. Would you like the control in this situation at this point? Probably. Depends on your situation. But I feel like then it's the art of letting go. I have a lot of Capricorns in my family, and I just feel like I know some of them 30, 40 years pass. I mean, I'm 50. I'm just going to say I'm about 50, not quite. And I know people that are older than me that are still holding on to things that happened 40 years ago, and they're Capricorns. They're Capricorns. And I'm just like, I notice it because they just randomly bring it up, and I'm just like, so like just letting go of it, I'm just like, is this realistic for Capricorn? So I'm questioning this. Sorting it out as best you can. And then, like, I don't know how you're gonna make, because like it's like they're saying you're able to make peace with it in this moment. This is also that chance for healing, sorting it out on your own terms, not expecting somebody else to tell you, or like if you're waiting for somebody else to bring you an apology, or to like say that you were right and they were wrong. I feel like it's going to be a long, lonely road that's never going to meet up with that person. The advice, I think it's more the advice to move on, because like there's a lot of Capricorns in my family, and like that is one of the signs that I noticed, like things from 40 years ago, like I'm sorry, but sometimes it's like I understand you're still processing things, but it's somebody I'm thinking about in my family. It blew me away, because recently that happened, and I'm just like, wow, 40 years ago and you're still thinking about that. And some of the people that were connected to that situation are no longer here. So that's like, I'm like, what resolution are we getting? The reason I'm bringing it up, though, is it can be very hard to let some things go. It can be very, very, very hard. If I was going to add a little flavor to this, I would suggest, I'm a big fan of Paul McKenna. The book is How to Mend Your Broken Heart. I Can Mend Your Broken Heart, something like that. He co-writes it with somebody else. He's a British author. Gives exercises to like process it, not in the sense of like saying something's okay, but process it and like making peace with, this is what it was, this is where I am, this is where it's going to go. And just making peace with things. Because it's like the point of this whole thing is to make peace with what's going on, make peace with what happened, so it doesn't hold you down. Because I'm thinking of the same people again. I feel like it's something that really causes damage over time and it's going to hold you down most. It's going to hold you down most is what's going to happen. And I know you don't want that because it causes damage for you. You definitely don't want that. So finding a way to work through that on your terms, your way, is possible here. That's the healing. That's the peace that is possible here. I feel like this is a rough one. And I think mostly because, again, I know there's a lot of Capricorns in my family. So like I can see myself saying this to different people that are Capricorns in my family. And I can see some of them kind of going, okay, all right, let me think about it. I can see other ones getting very annoyed with me just the way I've talked about this subject. So I guess it depends how you feel about it. Because you clearly don't have to do anything, clearly. It's just the purpose of this reading is to help you enjoy your life better, to find healing, and for things to be literally better for you. It's not about other people. It's not about telling other people it was okay what they did. This has nothing to do with that. This is you making peace with what happened and having control of your life and being in a place where the past doesn't hold you down. Because again, if somebody did you wrong and you want that to be, you want retribution for that or some type of like apology or something like that, that could be a very lonely, long road that has no connection with that person again. It's something that what I'm connected to probably won't happen because I'm getting somebody's moving on, and the good luck sometimes, I feel this card is sometimes sarcastic. I don't feel like anybody's going to like validate how you feel. Doesn't mean you're wrong, but I don't feel anybody else is going to validate it. So you have to validate your own feelings, process your own feelings, and let something go in the sense of like, I'm not going to let that be a problem anymore. Even though I'm a water sign, I'm not an earth sign, I kind of have an earth connection in some respect. I have held grudges before. I'm not saying I'm better than that because I'm not. And I was surprised how much damage that created in my life. It took me a long time sometimes to let things go. You can forgive somebody without allowing them in your life, by the way. You can forgive them but not trust them. I feel like that's a thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a forgive and forget person personally, and you don't have to forgive and forget. You can forgive and not trust. I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's healthy. Kind of like, I forgive them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I don't need anything from them. But I don't trust them. I don't want them in my life because I don't trust them. Like, good for them. Great life. Have a good one. But not trust somebody. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like that's a good thing. But the comments will let me know. If I'm off, I'm off. But I personally, that's how I go about forgiveness currently. Like, I can forgive somebody for what they did. Doesn't mean I trust them. Doesn't mean they're allowed in my life. And I just kind of, all right, good luck, good life. Have it over there. I don't want to be a part of it, but, Or there are certain people that they're in my life, whether I like it or not, but I still don't trust them. I kind of forgive them, but I'm just like, I don't trust them, and I will double check anything I have to do with them. I will triple check probably. Because whatever this is, it feels like you can forgive it. You can forgive it. I do feel like you can forgive it to where it doesn't hold you down anymore. Doesn't mean you have to trust that person. Doesn't mean you have to allow them certain liberties in your life. Trust doesn't mean they get a chance to walk, or forgiveness doesn't mean they get a chance to walk all over you again. Some people are who people are. You know what I mean? I don't want anything bad to happen to you, but I don't trust you won't do that to me again. So I forgive you, have a good life, but I don't trust you. I'm not giving you that opportunity again. To me, that's a version of forgiveness. I feel like that's a healthy one. But again, the comments will roast me if I'm wrong. I know it will. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, is there anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.